it was really fun to see them come together. And we'll talk about some of the performances in a little bit. Starting with Meryl Streep. I think Meryl Streep did really well because honestly, Meryl Streep is like that character, except she's not washed up.
Right. Well, especially the way her character was in the beginning. I was like, this sounds like this is really her.
This is her. And you know Meryl Streep be walking the room and she's always on. Hello, people. And she's just giving speeches and oh yes, that speech, that was nothing. I just thought of that on the spot. You know Meryl Streep. I say, I'm not saying she's a bad person. That's the thing.
Right,
these people are all flawed, but they're not bad people. Mm-hmm. And that's what endears you to them. And Meryl Streep, she really does capture that. She has some of the funniest moments because she's the one that embraces being a narcissist the most.
Right.
People be trying to put shit together. People be like, yes, let's put our own interest aside and let's all get together for this girl. And she's back there.
She's like, huh?
She's like reading the book.
You too, huh? What?
Oh, shit, she's barely out the door. Oh, I just go to the bathroom. She's actually she's a lot of fun in the film.
Well, especially when they get to Indiana and try to check in at the hotel. I laughed my ass off at that.
Oh, yeah. No, they all have they've captured them being selfish actors very well. You see why they all have failed in life. Just everything, just living on the past. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's Nicole Kidman. I would say that Nicole Kidman is she has a great number in the movie. She's a chorus girl, and she doesn't have she has her moments, man, in there. She really does. They do a good job at making everybody in here have, if they don't have as much time as everybody else, and Nicole Kidman doesn't have as much time as Meryl Streep.
Yeah, this show is mostly Meryl Streep and James Corden.
It is. It's them because James Corden, you can see he's gay. She is.
What does that mean? You can see he's gay.
Well, because did you just see that fucking number when they in the middle of the street?
No, you're just showing that one photo, going like, well, come on, you see.
Look at that goddamn jacket, man.
I got a jacket.
I'm about to say, I know you got that jacket, but I'm sorry, man. On you, it's cool. On him, it's very gay.
No, I don't have it, but I was looking at it going like, huh? What if I could pull that off?
You have a shirt that you can make that jacket out of. All you gotta do is add some sequins and sparkles. You be good. Nah, man. They're a very close couple, Meryl Streep. And when I say couple, like friends. He's gay. She's she's almost like his surrogate mother / best friend. And it's mostly about them. Nicole Kidman doesn't get a whole lot of times, but they do manage to give with the main characters. They give them at least one intimate, emotional scene, and they give them one musical number.
Right, and they got another guy who's with them who's not as famous, doesn't get as much time, but he gets a really great musical number in the middle.
Yeah, they're good. They're good at giving everybody these musical numbers that say what you will again about the film or about the music in the film, but they do progress the story in a certain way. There's always a message behind there. It's not just
singing just to sing.
Saying, yeah, man. I tell you, the movie does a good job also. The reason why you root for these characters here is because you were really rooting for the main girl here, which is I forgot the character's name, but the actress is Jo Ellen Pellman. And this town treats her like shit.
Yeah.
It's almost like this it's almost like this town is called Fuck You Homo, Indiana.
Right.
It's like I'm gonna tell you, it's probably the safest place for black people to live as long as you ain't gay, because they ain't worried about you.
That's true.
They ain't worried about the gays.
And if you went there and you went, you guys are homophobic, and they go like, yeah. It was on the sign when you drove in. What's the problem?
They can't stand this girl so much. Like you said, they're ready to burn this school down to keep prom from happening. I felt less bad for Carrie. And if you ever seen that movie, they poured pig's blood on her when she went to prom. And I still didn't feel as bad for her as I felt for this girl right here. They do something in the movie, and this is the thing that, again, you could even say it's cheap. But they do so many things, so many terribly homophobic things to her. They do one scene that I don't care if you watching the movie and like, it's music and it's corny, but I would challenge you to not be moved by this scene where they do this girl so wrong. I was watching this and I had fantasies thinking of, like, this is not even real.
What you would do to all those people.
I would have went, and I'm not going to say what happens in it, but I'm just going to say, I kept thinking, I was like, if that happened to somebody I know, I would have got a bat and walked in the room and knocked all that shit down. I would have been on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. I would have been
the jail.
The jail, and would have been happy for it. And they're looking at a bunch of homophobic teenagers. Back up! Back the fuck up!